Welcome to this E-MetroTel live webinar. In this session, we introduce E-MetroTel and explore our platform, products, and approach to modern communications. Let's get started. Over to you, Mark.
And welcome to E-MetroTel Live. Thanks for joining us today. This webinar is part of our ongoing E-MetroTel Live series, which we host monthly. Often we go over various aspects of our platform, products, and services. Some of them are more kind of deep technical dives. Others are, tutorials or product-focused walkthroughs. Today, we're kind of doing more of an introductory, concise overview of who we are and what we do. Before we get started, basically the format is about a 20-minute presentation and then followed by a live Q&A. If you have any questions at any point, please post them in the chat. I'll be monitoring that and I'll bring them up during the Q&A session. And also, if there's any topic you'd like to see covered in the future in one of these webinar series, please don't hesitate to post that in the chat as well, or reach out via email or direct message. Before we get started, I'll do brief introductions of some of the people you'll hear from today. I'm Mark Simmons, Industrial Design and Marketing Lead at E-MetroTel. I'll be kind of hosting and moderating. We've got Ayesha Ashraf, who's a sales executive. She'll be doing most of the heavy lifting, doing the presentation for us. We also have Brad Ford, who is our product management leader, and Abbas Zaidi, who is a channel sales representative. They're both kind of experts in their own right, so they're nice to have here for the Q&A portion. With that said, I'll pass it over to you, Ayesha.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mark, for the introduction. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. Just to set the context of today's session is basically designed to give you a clear, practical view of E-MetroTel, who we are, the problems we help solve, and where our solutions add the most value across different environments. So first, we'll start briefly by covering our value proposition, which includes what differentiates E-MetroTel and why organizations and partners continue to choose our platform. From there, we'll walk through product portfolio, which spans around hardware, endpoints, cloud solutions, integrations, and migration options. One of the most important and exciting part of today's agenda is also looking ahead. We'll spend some time discussing what's coming in 2026 and how these upcoming developments will support evolving communication needs and long-term planning. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so E-MetroTel is a North American company which is headquartered in the US with a strong global presence. Our support follows the follow the sun model across Asia, North America, and Europe, which definitely ensures 24/7 availability for partners and clients. We were basically founded in 2009 and have grown into a trusted unified communications provider, delivering secure enterprise-grade VoIP and collaboration platforms to definitely businesses worldwide. What makes us unique is that we design and engineer our own hardware and software. So everything is built in-house. That gives us end-to-end control, faster innovation, and seamless integration. Definitely, we are 100% debt-free, privately held, and profitable with patented technology which is trusted across various industries. And here's something everyone loves. Our core engineering team comes from industry giants like Nortel, Avaya, Toshiba, Panasonic, and Cisco. These are the experts who built the telecom backbone of the last 2 decades, and they are now driving innovation at E-MetroTel. I mean, how amazing is that? Now let's talk about some real challenges in today's telecom market and how E-MetroTel helps you solve them. These are few major pain points we consistently hear from our customers. Obviously, there are many more, but for you, we have kind of listed few major ones to discuss. The first challenge is that many traditional telecom vendors are out of business, whether it's Nortel, Toshiba, Panasonic. and many others have either exited the market or have stopped supporting the legacy systems. So now, what would the organizations do who actually have these systems and are working with that? They are actually stuck now. They want new features, but the vendor is gone. This is where eMetroTel's green migration program makes all the difference. We allow customers to retain their existing phones and all the wiring while we upgrade that to a modern unified communication platform. That means no disruption, no recabling, and no massive capital expense. So you can say definitely that eMetroTel keeps your investment alive. Another big issue is that when companies move to new PBXs or cloud systems, they often lose critical features they've kind of relied on for literally many years. If we take example of some features like shared call appearance or line keys, these are the major features that are used daily by operators, receptionists, and managers. These major features are often missing. So with eMetroTel again, these features stay intact. So customers don't lose what they love, they simply gain more with eMetroTel with new tools and flexibility. The third major challenge many organizations face today is a fragmented market, which we call as multi-vendor environment as well, and which we often call as the finger pointing problem as well. So in many deployments, companies are forced to manage different vendors for each layer of their communication stack. Maybe one for SIP trunks, another for the PBX, another for cloud, and obviously another for the endpoints. If we take example of Avaya, which is a legacy environment, customers often need multiple servers, gateways, licenses, and third-party components, which are sourced from different vendors or partners just to deliver a complete solution. So when organizations deploy third-party SIP phones that rely on an external PBX or hosted platform, while the phones handle signaling, they still depend on a separate SIP server for call control, features, and stability. So what happens is when something goes wrong, each vendor is pointing the finger at other. The SIP provider would say that it's your PBX. The PBX vendor would say it's your phones. So the result is a fragmented environment and a fragmented support experience. Internal IT teams stuck coordinating between multiple vendors instead of solving the problem. So with eMetroTel, this fragmentation through true vertical integration is definitely eliminated. We design, we develop, we support the entire system, whether it's phones, servers, software, firmware, and cloud. Everything from one source. So that means no cross vendor conflicts, no compatibility gaps, and literally no finger pointing. In short, we just simplify what the market has made complex. Another common challenge is security. Many discontinued systems don't receive regular updates or security patches, and that's definitely a very serious risk. Because eMetroTel owns its entire technology stack, all updates and patches are managed centrally and are rolled out regularly. We are also one of the few systems that function without internet access. So if you have like a case of cyber attack or an outage, our systems continue to work offline as well, keeping the communication secure and uninterrupted. Finally, the last challenge, many vendors are cloud only. So when the internet is down, their customers have nothing. So with eMetroTel, we actually offer both on-premise and cloud options, giving customers the freedom to choose what fits their environment. And even in the cloud setup, we maintain the local survivability, so communication continues no matter what happens. This flexibility is definitely what modern customers value. In short, eMetroTel addresses the complexity the market has created by simplifying the migration, protecting the investments, and delivering a unified, flexible communication experience. Let's take a quick look at what really sets EMetroTel apart. First is hardware and cloud. What's important here is that it's not two different products or two different vendors. Whether it's on-premise, hybrid, cloud, it's the same solution from the same vendor, built on one architecture. That makes things very simpler to deploy, easier to manage, and easier to scale over time. The second differentiator is our go-to-market and support model, which is built through the channel, not around it. At eMetroTel, we basically focus on structured programs, consistent pricing, and repeatable delivery standards. Everything is designed so solutions can be deployed properly, supported properly, and maintained long term. This basically creates a confidence not just at the point of sales, but throughout the entire customer lifecycle. Um, our support is a critical part of this approach. With many cloud providers today, support is often indirect. Customers basically log the tickets, wait in queues for a longer time, and aren't always sure who owns this issue basically. So we take a very different path for this. We work through a certified reseller network. We train our partners, we certify them, and enable them to provide local responsive support. So partners remain the primary relationship with the customer, while eMetroTel stands fully behind them with escalation, engineering, and product expertise. Think of it like the automotive world. When you go to buy a Honda or a Toyota, you don't call the factory. You don't go to the direct factory to buy a car, whether it's any other brand as well. You work with an authorized dealer, who actually knows the product and takes care of everything for you. That's exactly how our model works. The result is a channel first system where partners can deliver confidently and customers get reliable local support. And eMetroTel ensures the platform is backed end to end for every customer, regardless of the size. Fourth is our complete portfolio from on-premise to hybrid to cloud. Everything runs on the same software. There's no need to learn one system for hardware, another for cloud. That consistency makes life easier for all the teams and allows all the partners to meet different customer requirements without switching the platforms. And finally, there's flexibility and choice. eMetroTel allows organization to modernize virtually any legacy environment, whether it's Nortel, Avaya, NSE, Panasonic, without starting from the scratch. That actually opens up a much wider market and basically creates real opportunities to upgrade the existing systems very smoothly. So when you put it all together, a single vendor across hardware and cloud, a practical go-to-market model, and strong partner enablement, local support, a unified portfolio, and broad outreach, that's how we scale, and that's the eMetroTel's advantage. Okay, let me take a quick breath over here, and next we'll walk through our product portfolio. Okay, so first up, we have the Galaxy platform. Our Galaxy platform is basically built around the modular design, as you can already see here, which means that customers can expand or adapt their systems over time without replacing the entire setup. Let's talk about the appliances first. These are eMetroTel's modular hardware units. They basically provide a scalable foundation for every deployment. They are basically designed to grow with the customer. So instead of costly rip and replace upgrades, you simply add modules for more capacity or for more features or for connectivity as needed. And unlike many other vendors, of course, if something needs to be changed or upgraded, you don't replace the whole system. You can just swap out a single port or card. That's definitely a true modularity and a long-term value. On the right, you'll see DSM cards, FXS, FXO, and PRI modules. These basically allow the Galaxy system to integrate seamlessly with the existing telephony infrastructure, whether it's digital, analog, or PRI. And yes, there's one more important point over here, that with many vendors in the market who are actually moving away from analog altogether, we don't believe analog is at the end of its life. In many environments, it's still very much in its use and will continue to exist for years to come. If we talk about vendors like Cisco and Avaya, they are exiting this space, but E-MetroTel is taking a different approach for this. We definitely continue to support analog because that's the reality of a lot of customers. This basically makes the migration very much smoother for organizations who are transitioning from the legacy systems while still preserving existing wiring and endpoints and obviously the features as well. So overall, this modular design gives both the customers and the partners what they want the most: flexibility, longevity, and simplicity when it comes to scaling the communication system. Next, we have the Infinity endpoints. Our Infinity suite is basically designed to give users a consistent high-quality communication experience, and definitely, no matter where they are, whether they are in the office, if they are working remotely or on the move, this actually provides a high-quality communication experience. What makes Infinity powerful is the question we get the most. Basically, it is how it unifies all the endpoints, whether it's desktop phones or mobile apps and web clients. It just unifies it all into one seamless system. Everything stays synchronized, so users have the same access, the same features, and the same experience across all the devices. Whether it's messaging, voice, video, all the collaboration, all work together in a single centralized environment. The Infinity web client provides a secure browser-based access for voice and video, while the Infinity 3065 mobile app extends full UC functionality to both iOS and Android users. Then on the hardware side, the Infinity 5000 and 7000 series deliver enterprise-grade performance and obviously crystal clear audio designed for day-to-day business uses. We also have the DEC technology, which adds the mobility without compromising voice quality. These wireless handsets are very ideal for dynamic work environments like warehouses, hospitals, and retail floors. They also support legacy Panasonic and NSE DEC systems, making migration upgrades simpler and more cost-effective. What truly differentiates our Infinity is that it's basically powered by XTIM. Now, what is XTIM? It is E-MetroTel's own vertically integrated software protocol. Unlike traditional SIP-based environments, which rely on multiple vendors and a separate firmware and complex interoperability, XTIM provides a centralized and simplified approach. Feature control and updates all are managed from one place across all the Infinity devices. This actually, why do we need XTIM? So this actually results in faster deployment, stronger security. Obviously, we need to have good security as well for our systems, right? So this actually results in stronger security and a more consistent user experience without the complexity that often comes from the SIP-based setups. So in short, Infinity delivers a synchronized access, simplicity, and centralized control, which keeps every user connected through the same tool, the same interface, and the same performance, all within one unified E-MetroTel platform. Next up, we have our video conferencing solution, which definitely gives customers complete control. It runs entirely on their own network. If you talk about the data, that data never leaves the organizations unless they choose to. And this design basically eliminates external dependency, which ensures both privacy and compliance while also improving the call quality. Because traffic is routed locally, it uses less bandwidth and delivers very smoother high definition video with minimal lag. And since it's not licensed per user, customers can scale freely without subscription costs stacking up, which means lower total lower total ownership cost, and full independence from the third-party platforms. Then we have our cloud server, which brings the same reliability and feature set of our on-premise systems into a hosted environment. So customers don't have to compromise on performance, on functionality, because this is a question that is often asked, that if they have to like compromise on functions or maybe performance if they go to cloud. So no, we just deploy this everything like our on-premise system into a hosted environment. It's basically built on Amazon Web Services, which provides global scalability, high availability, and strong data protection, giving customers the confidence that their communication platform is always secure and accessible. What really sets this apart is flexibility. Customers can run fully on-premise, fully in the cloud, or in a true hybrid model, and basically move between these options seamlessly as the needs change. And even if the internet connectivity is lost, our system continues to operate locally. That hybrid survivability ensures that communication stays up and business keeps moving. From a commercial perspective, the model is very simple and customer friendly. There is no long-term contracts. It's month to month, and customers can change or adjust at any time if their needs evolve. This is very different from many cloud providers out there. Like I would like to name one, like for example, RingCentral. They actually lock their customers into a 60 months contract. We believe in flexibility and choice, and we are confident that once customers experience the platform, they'll want to stay. So with EMetroTel Cloud, customers get enterprise-grade performance, true hybrid capability, and freedom, all within one unified communications platform. Then our team's integration takes Microsoft's collaboration environment, definitely, and it turns it into a full unified communication platform without extra licenses or hidden costs. It actually embeds EMetroTel's soft phone directly inside Teams, so users can call, chat, collaborate from one interface while still using their enterprise-grade voice features. On top of that, we bring an AI-powered capabilities like smart routing and live transcription, tools that usually require expensive enterprise add-ons. And definitely for larger organizations, the solution scales seamlessly, extending Teams into an omni-channel contact center, which connects voice, as you can see here, which connects voice, chat, SMS, and the CRM tool, for example, like Salesforce, all managed from within the same workspace. Then the most favorite part of every customer, green migration. With green migration, the idea is basically to modernize the system without forcing the customer to replace everything they already own. First, we can reuse their existing phones, whether they are using NEC, whether they are using Avaya, Panasonic, or others. That alone actually removes a huge cost barrier. And at the same time, they still get all the modern UC features on the back end. So the experience just improves even though the handset stays the same. There's no rewiring or infrastructure or changes needed, which makes the upgrade very smooth and obviously avoids the downtime. And overall, this approach gives the customer a much lower upgrade cost, making the project easier to approve and much faster to deploy. Okay, now I need some drum roll over here. Now, the most exciting part of today's webinar, and the most important one as well, that what's coming in 2026 and how EMetroTel is constantly growing. So we are adding a single extension, multiple devices, so users can move between their desk phone, mobile, and web client without any extra setup. Then, obviously, the world is going AI. So Agent AI is also on its way, bringing call summaries, suggestions, and smarter handling to make everyday work very easy. From identity perspective, we are adding single sign-on options, including Microsoft, Google, and Apple, along with the Active Directory integration. This basically gives organizations the flexibility to choose the identity provider that fits their environment. They can basically choose either to go with Google or with Microsoft or Apple for the access management. Then on the collaboration side, we are rolling out Microsoft Teams presence sharing as well as WhatsApp voice and SIP trunk support, giving users more ways to communicate while staying connected within the same platform. For the contact center environments, we are adding an outbound dialer and we are simplifying administration even further with single user provisioning for extensions and infinity services. And one of the major upgrades is also coming over, which is video calling over XTIM, supported on the 3065 web client and 7000 series phones, which definitely brings a more modern integrated video experience to the platform. Overall, the 2026 roadmap is basically focused on making the system easier to use and easier to manage and more powerful, while we continue to support a wide range of deployment models and real-world use cases. So that brings us end of the presentation. And to wrap up everything here are some key takeaways. First, EMetroTel delivers a complete end-to-end unified communications portfolio, whether it's on-premise, cloud, hybrid, desk phones, mobile apps, or integrations. Everything works together within one system. Second, we offer true hybrid flexibility, strong on-premise capabilities combined with the cloud options, which allows organizations to evolve at their own pace without being forced basically into a single deployment model. We are also a zero debt, financially stable and independently funded company. That stability shows basically, and that stability allows us to focus on long-term projects and long-term product development and to focus on the customer success rather than short-term decisions. We continue to invest heavily in innovation and roadmap development, and what you have seen in 2026, like the future plan, is just a part of our ongoing commitment. And finally, everything we build is designed from the end user and business perspective, which is focused on solving real challenges, which delivers practical value and creates a smoother experience across the teams and environments. So overall, EMetroTel is a stable, modern, and future-ready platform for your communications, which is basically built to support how organizations connect today. Now, I would like to, I would like Mark to take over now.
Hey, thanks, Ayesha. That was a pretty comprehensive overview. Good job. At this point, let's open it up to questions. We've had a few in the chat, so I'll go through those. But if you have any more, feel free to post them in the chat, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. First up, question from Frank. Are the power supplies hot swappable in Galaxy appliances? I know they can't be both done at the same time, but when one fails or is going bad, can it be swapped out? And the answer is yes. You can hot swap the PSUs. Next up, we have a question from Kyle. Seeking confirmation to offer UCX Cloud at Site 1, Expand at Site 2, and Mini V2 at Site 3 while having interdigit dialing and interoperability between all sites. Brad, do you have any opinion on that?
Yes. So the simplest solution would be UCX SIP trunks between the three sites. They are running the exact same software, even though you had three different models there. So fully interoperable. We have an extremely flexible dial plan, so you'd be able to have 5, 6, 7-digit dialing, whatever abbreviated dialing you want between sites.
Okay. What else do we have? This one comes up a lot. Is there any extra Microsoft or EMetroTel licensing required to use the Infinity soft phone inside of Teams? Or Brad, yeah. Brad,
I can take that as well. And the answer is no. As long as you have business level Teams where you can install third-party apps through the Teams app store, then you can download Infinity One, and you're using a standard EMetroTel license for the device that you're using, and there's no extra Microsoft licensing either.
Okay, great. What else?
I do see another one from Kyle up here about a standard license for a phone, mobile app, and soft phone. I think that was presented when Ayesha was going through and talking about single extension capability. And yes, you can have, when we introduce that, which is very soon. In fact, it's available for trials quite shortly. Then you can have up to 5 devices that share that single extension with just a single license.
Sorry, so that was a question about single extension across multiple devices, like whether it's a desk phone or a mobile, or is that what that was about? Or?
That's the way I interpreted the one standard LIC for a phone, mobile app, and soft phone. Kyle, please, if that didn't answer your question, please let us know.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that's coming out in February of next year.
Yes.
Okay, great. What else do we have here? For customers who require US-made products, what options do you offer, and can you accommodate that type of requirement? Abbas, can you shed some light on that?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Mark. So I get this question a lot, and I'm sure all of you over here know that we have the touchscreen phones that are now completely made in the US out there. And a lot of our government clients were wanting to develop a system that has the server made in the US as well. And depending on the opportunity, we do have the servers made in the US end to end. So we manufacture them in the US, we program them in the US, and then we support them from the US. So especially for our government clients, for our clients, some of our clients in Canada as well. So we have these solutions completely made in North America, the phones, the endpoints, the SIP trunk soft switches, and then the servers themselves, right? So if you want to design a solution that's end-to-end made in the US for a government client or for any other clients, please let us know and we will be able to facilitate you.
Awesome. Thanks, Abbas.
No
And I
worries.
think that, I think that wraps up all the questions. So yeah, thanks everyone for taking time to join us today. If you have any other, follow-up questions, or if you think of anything later on, don't hesitate to reach out to us at sales@emetrotel.com. We'll be at IT Expo this year in Florida, so I'd love to see you there. So if you want to join us, we can arrange passes. Come say hello. And as a reminder, this is an ongoing monthly webinar series, so please join us for the next one. Stay tuned, or if you have any suggestions for future topics, let us know. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about EMetroTel, explore our platform and products, or continue the conversation, visit EMetroTel.com or contact us at sales@EMetroTel.com. Be sure to join us for future EMetroTel live webinars, where we share introductions, tutorials, product demos, and platform updates. See you next time.